Hey everyone, I'm Brittany Daly over at the Hayer Group, and I have Rosie Hayer here with me. And today we're going to be talking about some really exciting news.
Mhm.
As everyone knows, Tesla is now coming to Austin, and we're going to be having a conversation about what this means for you as investors and talk a little bit about the Austin market. So,
Yes,
Rosie, take it away.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, as we all know, the big news Tesla is coming to Austin. So, as of this year, Tesla has marked their largest real estate sale this year in Austin, Texas. They have purchased over 2,100 acres in the purchase amount of 97 million. Now, if we look at the average price per square footage, average price per acre for land in Austin over 7 counties. Um, this land that got sold to Tesla got sold 1700% above market value if we look at an average. Now, certainly we're buying into an opportunity here. So today we're here to discuss with Brittany, who's our lead buyer specialist, to understand what does it mean for investors and buyers in coming years and how we're getting asked a lot of questions, Brittany, as you and I both know, right? And often people are wondering, where should I buy? What's a good area to buy in, right? And I think it would be very beneficial for people to know on what to expect when it comes to deciding what price point is a good price point to invest in and still be able to rent. And at the same time, what are the areas of opportunity? How is wealth getting redistributed within the city? Because, as we all know, during COVID shelter shutdowns, there is a new way of work and there's a new way of life. And it is going to impact what real estate is valued over one location over another. So I am going to ask a lot of questions to our Brittany, who has been working very hand in hand with our buyers and investors. So Brittany, take it away. Share with us, you know, we all know Tesla is coming right off of 1301 Harold Green Park Drive off Del Valle area, right?
Mhm.
And what's happening in that area right now within 3 to 5 to 10 mile radius of that Tesla factory?
Yeah, so what we're seeing is we have some neighborhoods that are already established.
Hmm.
We're also seeing several new builds pop up.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of land, and developers are coming in, and we're having a lot of new developments show up.
Hmm.
Because with Tesla is going to become more job opportunities, which means more
Yes.
growth, which
Yes.
means more people moving to the area.
Fantastic. Now, in terms of new construction not coming around, Brittany, what price point are we looking at?
So we're looking at anywhere between 220. We go all the way up to 350.
Yeah.
As investors, we'd like to stay under 300, maybe max 320, depending on what rents we can get.
Hmm. Fantastic. So let's suppose a 250, $270,000 property. What year built are they? Are like brand new construction? Are they looking at some resale value? And how long are they staying on the market?
So there's a couple of different options. We obviously have new construction that is available. We do have some homes that are, maybe 2005 or newer
Mhm.
that are available right now. And then as far as days on market, we're looking pretty good. We're looking at less than 30 days. There are some pockets that might have 35 to 40 days.
Mhm.
But I think with Tesla coming
Mhm.
and with the demand growing, we are
Mhm.
going to see that go under 30 days.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. Rental market is just now starting to pick up with all the, you know, as the businesses are opening back to normal. So you're absolutely right. The prices are picking up, demand is picking up because we were just looking at the numbers this morning and we saw 69 properties were under contract within 5 mile radius of Tesla factory. So all
Wow.
the new construction with builders or properties, 69 properties under contract is a pretty high volume, and it all happened just recently.
Right.
Wow. So, do you know of any new neighborhoods that are popping up, and what are builders planning to bring?
Yeah, so there are a couple of different new neighborhoods. You have Tiermo, you have Sun Chase,
Mm-hmm.
you have Wild Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only thing with new builds are they are limiting the amount of investors.
Wow.
So if people want to take advantage of it, they have a certain percentage where they have an investor cap.
Uh-huh.
Once they hit that cap, they're not going to be selling to investors anymore.
Mm-hmm. So, it seems like investors have opportunity, but it is limited. So clearly, they're anticipating some growth in future. That's why they're limiting the investor opportunity per neighborhood.
Right.
And because you and I both know from experience, neighborhoods that have cap on the investments ultimately end up becoming higher demand areas because builder has capacity to sell properties to a normal retail buyer rather than investors. So there is naturally more demand.
Right.
Now, Brittany, how does investors' investments would be impacted in terms of tax rate? Because you and I both know we have a lot of investors from California, New York, and outskirts who are investing in Austin area, and they all wonder about the tax rate because we have a very different definition of tax rate.
Right. So this is where it gets really exciting
Yes.
because typically most of the time our investors are looking in the northern suburbs, right? Flickerville,
Yes.
Round Rock, Cedar Park, Leander, where tax rates can fluctuate anywhere between,
Mm.
2.3, but they go all the way up to 3.12, depending on where you are, right?
Yes.
Here by Tesla in the Del Valle area, we're seeing tax rates as low as 1.98%,
Wow.
2.2%,
Mhm.
2.3. There's one new community that is a little bit higher tax rate.
Yes.
Um, but the good news is with the lower tax rate, a couple of things can happen. You can stay under 300,000, right?
Yes.
Where the inventory is a little bit limited.
Uh-huh.
Or you can increase your budget just slightly, right? Go to 320, even 350, right?
Mhm.
Because your tax rate is so low, your monthly payment will even out or even still be less than what
Mhm.
it would be if you were to buy in a higher tax rate area.
Very nice, very nice. And now let's talk about a little bit because a lot of people who are investing remotely, they've often gotten used to invest in the areas where schools are great, right? And you and I both know Del Valle is a rural area of Austin. It's still under development. As a matter of fact, Del Valle ISD is working very closely with Tesla to revamp the school district and the whole city in general. So, how should investors be balancing their decision between investing in northern Austin area, like our North Austin, where good schools, where Central Austin area, to compare to the Del Valle, which is still up and coming.
I think that this is a really good opportunity for investors to diversify their portfolio,
Hmm.
or maybe they're a first-time investor to really get in at under 300,000
Hmm.
when there's not that much competition right now. If they decide to wait, right, we don't know what's going to happen to prices, but
Yeah.
if history repeats itself, and it does,
Yes.
prices are only going to increase. By
Yes.
waiting, right,
Uh-huh.
then we might not be able to get into a home
Mhm.
for under 300,000. So
Yes.
I think that with everything going on with COVID, with a lot of people
Uh-huh.
working from home and schools doing everything virtually, not going back to school yet,
Mhm.
I think that school ratings might slightly be shifted.
Yes.
And so school ratings aren't as important as they were, 6 months ago.
6 months ago. And ultimately, there are some areas that are high on cash flow. In that area, we're not on a rental property, we cannot expect that much of appreciation. But if there's a high appreciation, then there is lesser cash flow because of the demand.
Right.
Real estate values could be higher. Now, let's take a moment and answer some of our investors' questions in terms of the Austin market in general. Like Texas is operating very differently than rest of the nation in a lot of things, right? Real estate market in last 3 months have soared, in numbers. Our multiple offer situation has gone even crazier. Inventory is super low. Like, should we just go ahead and discuss some numbers and go over some Austin market and let people know why it is safer here?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
All right, so I'm just going to share these slides because it might be a good idea for us to go over. Um, All right. So just to talk about the housing numbers in Austin area, 19,000 homes have started this year. 18,000 new home closings have happened this year. And we have around 5,300 listings on the market. That means we only have 1.8 month of inventory. That is a very, very tight inventory. And when we are in a situation of tight inventory, naturally the prices are going to go up. So if you're able to buy and hold and rent it out, this is going to be a great investment in long term because we're not going to stay at 200 numbers forever. And one thing I want to emphasize here, Brittany, is that I think it's important that all investors understand that our housing market is directly related to our job market. we have had a job growth of 2.2% even during the shelter shutdown times. And for every 3 new jobs that are created in the city, one house is built. So if the job demand is going higher in the Austin area, like we have landed 336,000 jobs, and if we are increasing the job market, naturally the housing market is going to go up. So the investment is safer here because of the way opportunity is popping up in Austin area. And we all must know that nationwide, we are the number fourth or fifth in terms of millennial population that is available. So the talent pool for IT industry and just for all the industries to come to Texas is very, very high, especially Austin. And 72% of our population here is millennial who have high-tech bachelor's degrees, and they are okay with working from home. So let's talk about domestic migration, Brittany. Like, what are you experiencing? Like before, it was all about downtown Austin, very hyped up place close to university. What are we looking at the domestic migration level, like between Travis and Williamson County? So everyone, please know that Travis County is more of a downtown area where UT Austin is and where Tesla is coming as well, right? And Williamson County is the outskirts of the Austin area where all the big suburbs are, great school districts are. So, Brittany, what are you looking at the rental in those areas?
Yeah, so what we were seeing before was people were paying high dollar to live downtown, right?
Uh-huh.
And be in something that was, 1 bedroom or studio or maybe 2 bedroom, 1 bath, right?
Hmm.
They were paying, anywhere between 1,500 all the way up to $3,000, right? Depending
Uh-huh.
on where they were.
Hmm.
What we're seeing is with shelter in place and with the shutdown happening and what's going on in the world, people
Yeah.
want more space.
Yeah.
They have to work from home. They might have kids that are running around. And before, where they were all about location and going out to dinner and needing to be walking distance, that doesn't matter anymore. So
Yeah.
they want space. Now, space doesn't necessarily mean 2,500 square feet, right? We have to
Hmm.
remember these people were looking at 800 square foot apartments or maybe something smaller, right? So as long
Hmm.
as we're looking at 1,400 square feet up to maybe 2,200 square feet,
Hmm.
that would be like the ideal probably square footage that we're looking at when it comes to rentals.
Yes, yes. And I think that domestic migration is actually going to balance the rental rates out there too, because the rentals in downtown have gone really, really high in last 7 years. So it's going to redistribute the wealth from Travis County to Williamson County. And as historically we have always seen it, so this is encouraging a little bit faster pace than before.
Right.
Cool. Awesome. And guys, please know, towards the end of our conversation, we will be posting some particular numbers about Austin area so you guys can have access to direct reports that are coming out from the local economist. And they're showing our unemployment rate, how it has been under control. And matter of fact, the job growth is getting better. And we are seeing big companies and a lot of jobs moving into Austin area. And please remember, for every three jobs created, one home is built in the city. So if the jobs are increasing, houses will naturally improve in value, and the demand and supplies continue to barely maintain in Austin area because we haven't caught up with supply in last 9 years. So please give us a call today if you have any questions. Brittany, what else should they be asking? Anything else they should be keeping in mind right now with investments?
I would say, in the Austin market, there are a couple of areas where you really can't go wrong, right?
Mhm, mhm,
So I think, the northern suburbs I still think that that's a great opportunity. Area
mhm.
near Tesla, that's a great opportunity if we can jump on it
Yeah.
quickly. And
Yes.
then also with Amazon coming to Pflugerville, there's
Yes.
an area in between where Amazon is in Pflugerville and where Tesla is, that's Austin and Manor. I think that's
Yes.
another good opportunity that investors should keep their eyes open for as well.
Yes, because there are some great rental opportunities there and hands-off operations, still newer construction, right? So right now we are all investing in future,
Mhm.
right? And because of demand and supply, as long as you're able to offset your investment and have some cash flow, you're looking at great appreciation in long term.
Right.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, is there anything else, Brittany, that we should be touching on?
I think that's it.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. I hope this little interaction was helpful to you all. We kind of summarized how Tesla is going to impact and what you should expect in terms of market value and opportunity to buy rental properties. More is coming. Please know there's land coming for available for sale, and there are multifamily units that will be coming on the market that might require some work. So if you're an out-of-state investor and are looking to partner up with someone locally to make that happen, give us a call. We have access to a lot more things than you might be aware of. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our conversation today. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have more questions, give Brittany and myself a call, and we will be happy to answer them for you. Until then, make it a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.